Hello everyone, Virginie Esprit here, coming to you again from my beautiful sunny balcony in Wollongong, Australia, in the state of New South Wales. And I have received another question, and that question deals with psychic attacks. And that is also in relation to my latest video where I talked about how to protect yourself from bacteria and viruses. So the question here is how to deal with psychic attacks. And I'd like to just acknowledge what is going on at the moment. So the time this video is recorded, it's July in 2021. So Australia is currently in a lockdown, and because of the coronavirus that's been going on. And so this is sending a lot of people into quite an interesting state of mind. Better to say, in a very negative state of mind. We can go into all sorts of different angles in explaining what's going on politically in this world, but I leave this for another video. The main thing is that many people are losing their livelihoods. Businesses are not allowed to open. Some people don't know how to care for their families, how to even bring food on the table for their families. So it's quite a dire situation that's happening, and it's playing out here in Australia at the moment. So naturally, people are experiencing a lot of fear, and it is in the collective consciousness. The collective consciousness is quite scared, fearful. There's a lot of uncertainty in the field, and there's a lot of helplessness and hopelessness in the field. So as light workers and empaths or intuitive people, we are susceptible to it, and we may even be directly affected by what is going on at the moment. But what I'd like to share with you now is a universal tool or teaching that can be applied to any situation. So what is happening here is people are actually feeling, because of that, what is happening in Australia, people feeling quite down, feeling quite negative. They feel bogged down. They feel they're spiraling down, even, accessing borderline depression. And the question is, how can I keep my vibrations up when I'm finding myself in such a state? And how do I deal with psychic attacks? So, and this person says, maybe I should just read out the question. The last couple of weeks have been really difficult to keep my vibes high and not get lost in a negative state of mind. I have felt like I have been attacked from all angles, even in my dreams. Fighting to keep a calm mind is really a day-to-day proposition for me at the moment. So this is something most of us can relate because of the uncertainty that's playing out here in the field at the moment in Australia and worldwide. This is a worldwide thing that's happening. So I'd like to give you a tool and a technique that you can help, because what we have to understand is this is a war. This is a war on consciousness. I think what we are experiencing is a spiritual war. And so the first thing that we want to do is, when we're feeling this way, is to acknowledge. Number one thing is to acknowledge that this is how we're feeling. Because most of us are still living in trauma responses where we have the tendency to just swallow it or forget about it, or to brush it under the rug, or just keep on going on, or distracting ourselves from feeling this way, because who likes feeling this way? So the first point is acknowledge that you're feeling that way. And in that acknowledgement, you're actually bringing yourself into the moment, to the present moment, and you're allowing yourself to stop. And we are not trying to run away from feeling this way. Yeah? So that's the first moment. Once you've acknowledged that this is what's going on, I would like to encourage you to clear your space. Provide an environment where you can think and think clearly and feel comfortable in. And I know this is a bit of a catch-22. When we are feeling this way, we don't have the motivation to go out and clean the kitchen, or go out and clear our space, or put away that washing pile over there, or, you know, we're all feeling this. But the least thing that I would like you to do when you're feeling this way, is get your sage, your Palo Santo, get your incense out, burn them. Nature has your back. Nature offers you herbs and wood and oils that naturally have a high vibration. So go and do that. Do that first thing after you've acknowledged, okay, I've got a problem, I'm spiraling. Let me go to my incense cabinet, or wherever you keep your wood, your incense, your herbs, and burn them. And then smudge yourself with the smoke. This is not just a traditional thing that the traditional custodians of the lands have used for so long. Smoke in itself actually is scientifically proven to clear away bacteria and viruses. And again, here we're talking about a certain frequency that these herbs emit naturally, where viruses and bacteria can't exist, and therefore lower vibrational emotions can't exist. So use nature. Yeah, nature is your ally. Burn the herbs, burn your Palo Santo wood, burn whatever you've got available, burn lavender, frankincense, whatever you've got. Okay, the next is, I like to use, I call them non-interference affirmations or contract breakers. So, and you can word this in your own wording. So mine goes like this: I break all and any agreements I have made, anyone in my body has made, or anyone in my genetic lineage has made, to be in communication or in resonance with lower vibrational beings or dark entities. And that's it. You want to break all contracts and agreements you may have made, or anyone in your body has made, or in your genetic lineage, or in a past life. You want to break all those contracts. You are no longer engaging in any form, in any way, with any negative or dark entities around you, or in your field, in your house, work, car, wherever you are. And this is a statement that you have to make. You're a sovereign being. You have your own universe within yourself. If we don't stop and acknowledge that this is what's going on, that we are feeling down, it feels like someone is pushing me down. Because we're in a spiritual war, we are not dealing with people physically attacking us. This is all playing out in the higher realms. In this case, the fourth dimensional realm is really having a grip, a stark hold on us human beings, because our thoughts and emotions are predominantly in the fourth dimension. And we're sharing that space with entities that I like to call luge beings. And these luge beings, they are feeding off of your fear energy, of your despair, your helplessness, your hopelessness. They need you to stay in a depressed and suppressed state of mind. Because when you are in this state of mind, you are emitting a frequency that becomes their food. That is their food source. You are literally emitting despair, emitting fear, emitting hopelessness. Yeah. That emission goes into the spiritual realms, goes into the ether. This is in your energetic field. It's there, it's palpable. It's even for us humans to feel. And these beings who reside in that fourth dimensional realm, well, this is where they live, that's their home. And you are actually providing them with all that yummy luge energy. Yeah? That luge energy is the opposite of life force energy. So that's why this is also another reason why we want to keep our vibrations high. We want to keep our vibrations in a state, or our consciousness in a state of love, joy, excitement, and happiness. Because in that way, we are generating life force energy. The body generates it all by itself. We are life force generating body machines. It's quite remarkable. So And when we generate that life force energy, we are clearing those dark entities. We're clearing the fourth dimension. We're clearing the fields around us. And these entities literally cannot exist. When they encounter activated light workers like we are, and we are emitting a beautiful life force energy, the frequency of joy, love, happiness, they can't approach. They're literally being repelled. They're coming, and they're going back. They can't stand being around you. You are not creating an environment for them to exist in. That's why we are having a spiritual war. It's a battle of consciousnesses. And coming back to what I said before, the first and most important thing is acknowledgement. You are acknowledging that you are feeling lost, that you're feeling fear and whatever else you're feeling is the first. And yeah, you acknowledging this first thing, half the battle is won, because now you understand all you need to do is go in to your own resources, go into your body and know that this is not who you are. This is literally you being used in that spiritual war, and you can turn this around like this within a second, but you have to be aware of it first. And once you're aware of it, again, you clear your space, use your herbs, burn the sage, burn the Palo Santo, and then go in and break those contracts. And those contracts you may, and you may have to do this over and over again, because these beings, just because you're doing it once, these beings don't think like, oh, she's just cut all contracts with me, therefore I must go and leave her alone forever. No, they're opportunists. They will come back. But they will only come back when you drop your frequency. As long as your frequency is high, they can't be around you. So situations or circumstances where we drop our frequency can be, feeling quite low and going into self-destructive behaviors, which is normal for us human beings, because sometimes the pain is just so hard. So we tend to alcohol, we get drunk, or we use drugs, recreational or pharmaceutical, whatever helps. Sometimes we just feel we have to numb our senses down. If we go and do this, then we lower our vibration and we open our body up, and we enter these agreements and contracts with these beings when we allow ourselves to go into the state, because we are now playing in their realm. Yeah, so that's like an unconscious agreement we are making with these beings. So just knowing that this is happening, knowing that this exists, is half the battle won. And when we drop our vibrations, when we lose ourselves in these games, it's okay, it's normal. We are human. It's a multidimensional experience. We have all the tools and all the power to get yourself out of that state. It's just a matter of you actually doing it and breaking those contracts and agreements you have entered. Yeah? And if all else fails, this is my favorite, and this is the most powerful in my opinion and in my world, is surrender. What do I mean by that? I don't mean surrender as in giving up and forgetting everything. I mean surrendering to the fight within yourself. Because at the end of the day, this is what this is all about. We are not fighting external demons as such. We are fighting the demons within ourselves that resonate with the demons in these higher spiritual realms. Yeah, who in turn reinforce those demons within us. But they are actually also only a reflection of the demons we have inside. So what I'd like to suggest is surrender to the fight within yourself. And I don't like you to just see this as a mental concept. I actually invite you to do this with me right here, right now. I'd like you to close your eyes. And no matter what's going on within you or around you, within your world or in your environment, close your eyes. Now I'd like you to visualize to literally throwing up your arms into the air. And you're taking a step back in your consciousness. And you affirm, I surrender. You throw your arms up and you say, I surrender. I surrender. I no longer engage. I surrender. I'm not engaging in that fight, in the thought process, in the fear, in the worrying, in the helplessness and hopelessness. I surrender. I literally surrender. And you surrender. When you do this, there is no resistance in your being anymore. There's no fight anymore. Because what are these dark beings fighting with if there's no resistance coming their way? You become transparent. When you enter that consciousness of surrender, and you actually do surrender in your being, you've neutralized the playing field. You've neutralized everything. There is nothing left to fight you against. You become transparent, and you no longer become a match or stay in resonance with those dark frequencies, dark beings, dark emotions, shadow aspects. Because you literally just dissolved that problem. You dissolved that environment. You dissolved that inner turmoil by literally no longer participating. You're not engaging with it anymore. And you're changing your whole universe within yourself, and therefore the universe around yourself. As within, so without. As above, so below. It's all taking place within your own being. And when you come to that place of neutrality, you neutralized everything, you automatically have access to your higher consciousness, to your cosmic consciousness, to your avatar consciousness. And life force flows through you in that instant. It's law. Because your focus or your energy is no longer shifting, and you're shifting your focus to something that is not you. You're bringing all your attention and focus back into your very own being, and you're neutralizing all that is fighting against you or anything life-giving. So I hope that helps answering that question. And I'm feeling really blessed right now, because as I'm speaking and recording this video, I'm also having the sun shining directly in my face, and I'm feeling quite enlightened, literally, by the sun. So I hope, I just wish to share that beautiful sun energy. I hope that's coming through to you and bringing some positive vibes your way as well. So let me know how this is working for you. Let me know how you are going. And please feel free to shoot me any questions you have. I am so happy to check in with you and answer them as best as I can. So for now, I say goodbye, and I see you very soon. I love you. Bye for now.